One of the most influential and respected people in the history of women's basketball, with her recent remarks regarding the Indiana Fever, Cheryl Miller has caused a volcanic eruption that might have a ripple effect throughout the WNBA and initiate several uses.
We need tough and fair negotiators and visionaries, and we need a bully. We need a bully behind the table.
Though retired and inducted into the Hall of Fame, the USC legend, regarded as the greatest women's basketball player in history, redefined the sport with her extraordinary skills on the court and her long list of accolades. She continues to have a significant influence in the WNBA as a coach and a sideline commentator, and her creativity in comprehending the game's nitty-gritty is unparalleled, like a cascade effect. Join us as we open the treasure trove and uncover the mysteries and stories surrounding the USC legend. Miller's remarks set off a series of inquiries, including if her recent involvement with a Fever will result in a breakthrough for the rookie squad. Cheryl Miller and Caitlin Clark's team's future at Botus. Cheryl Miller was one of the greatest of all time and an icon in her own right. Beginning at Riverside Poly High School, Miller rose to prominence early on. She once scored 105 points in a game and guided her team to a 132-4 record over 4 years, which included an 84-game winning streak in 4 consecutive TIF titles. She also became the first high school athlete, male or female, to be named a Parade All-American 4 straight years. She was named the National High School Scholar Athlete of the Year in 1981 and broke state records for points scored in a single season, and in a career she continued that success at USC, where she led the Trojans to a 112-20 overall record over 4 seasons and back-to-back championships in 1983 and 1984 when she was named the NCAA Tournament MVP both times she was selected. As the N. Smith Player of the Year 3 times and earned the Wade Trophy once, she was also a 4-time Kodak All-American and finished her career owning virtually every school record, including career scoring average, career rebounds, total field goals and total free throws made. She won the ESPN Female Athlete of the Year in 198-485 and was named the Player of the Decade in the 1980s by the Women's Basketball Coaches Association in 2016 when the Pac-12 Conference unveiled its All-Century team in March of 2016. Miller was named the Pac-12 Player of the Century, a boisterous career you can imagine, but we're not done. USC retired Miller's number 31 jersey in November 2006, and she was inducted into the USC Hall of Fame in 1995. In 2018, Miller was honored into the Pac-12 Conference Hall of Honor in a group that featured women for the first time. Miller's international playing career was capped off by gold medal performances at the 1984 Olympics, the 1983 Pan American Games, and the 1986 Goodwill Games, where she led each team in scoring. Did you know that she never played in the WNBA? The professional league didn't exist when Miller graduated from USC, and it wasn't until 1996 that the WNBA was established. Had it not been for knee injuries that abruptly ended her career, Miller probably would have played in the league. However, she put aside her coaching duties to work as a television reporter and analyst for 17 years with TNT before returning to coaching. Beyond her personal accomplishments, she cleared the path for upcoming generations of female basketball players, such as Caitlin Clark of Indiana Fever. Reggie Miller is another supporter who thanks Cheryl for having a big impact on his career by giving her flowers. Miller's younger brother, who is also a Hall of Fame basketball player, has already generated noise in the Women's Basketball League due to her reputation as a game changer and a nurturing of future talent. Following their recent WNBA setbacks with Miller, the rookie club is anticipated to be on a run for supremacy. In July, the two met at the WNBA All-Star Game, where the veteran gushed about Caitlin Clark's game and praised her ability to get open and pass the ball. Her perception and authorship in the game can be used as a motivating factor to address the bias standard against Caitlin Clark, one of the quickly rising household names on every American's lips.
Caitlin's got great handles, so one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game, she can pass the ball.
Didn't end there as we continue to discuss the rivalry between Chicago Sky Angel and Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark. Reese Miller stated,
I've been able to step back and watch from afar. I love and appreciate the rivalry. I love what they've done for the women's game from a collegiate level to now. And it's working. And it was only a matter of time. And great narratives, great storylines. But now the bottom line comes down to one thing. It's about basketball. And it's about wins. And both these young ladies and their teams, people don't want to face them down the stretch because now it's starting to click. It's clicking in Chicago and it's starting to click in Indiana.
Very tactful, but don't be comfortable during the pre-game interview of the WNBA All-Star Game. Miller, the women's hoops trailblazer alternative SPO Fire and Brimstone, criticized the league's record new broadcast rights package and the negotiators who put it together. She demanded a sum 4 times greater than the $2.2 billion over 11 years that the WNBA is reportedly going to receive beginning in 2025. Miller also spoke passionately about opening doors in women's basketball and beyond.
I'm not great with numbers, low ball.
Why do you say that?
That's a low ball.
In over 11
Not
years.
enough, not even close. Now, I'm not trying to inflate it a whole lot, but a 2's nice, an 8 would be better. That's what I'm talking about because they know, and we certainly have come a long way. And I'm not about gouging, but it's a long time overdue, and we're going to continue to get better and better.
The WNBA should be thrilled about the potential quick development of women's facilities and increased openness in the league's leadership, not to mention getting the largest winners, with a titan like Cheryl Miller. The return of the Indiana Fever's 3 former stars delighted their supporters. Miller offers Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark-Aria Boston the chance to receive coaching. Miller also ignited the flame with her words of encouragement.
Indiana has a very, very bright future. It's one thing to be young, and they're learning how to play the game, and they're learning about their mistakes and how to correct them faster. And so they're making those game, in-game and out-of-game adjustments. The only thing I see that's going to happen the older they get is how to stop the run sometimes and how to change, the momentum during games. But this is not a team people want to play because not only are they getting better, but they're confident and they show no fear.
Next season, watch our other videos as Caitlin Clark becomes the new WNBA record holder in history. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. With the recent disappointment of current head coach Christy Sid, we shouldn't be shocked to see a familiar figure on the sidelines.